Lord have mercy. Y'all's fake ass white trash president has been on a tirade this week against my man Barack Hussein Obama. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be distracted. President Trump is saying Barack Obama has caused treason in the White House. We'll discuss that. Police brutality. And guess what state? Florida, of all places, against minorities, blacks. We'll discuss that. The religious right and MAGA. And they used to say, what would Jesus do? Now they're saying, what would Jesus not do? We'll discuss that. And we've also got a heated debate that got a white guy fired for being a racist. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He's making money like that white bitch did that made money for cussing out the black autistic boy. All that and so much more. We get kicked off. Politics of being black. Let's get it.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that full. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
What's going on, everybody? I'm sitting here reading a note from my special guest who's going to be in here in a few minutes. The big sis, youngest in Atlanta, Monique Nicole, is going to be coming through in just a minute to help me break down some of these chaotic topics, ladies and gentlemen. Just pure chaos, pure trash. And there are people that are licking this up, having fun with it. Please be sure to subscribe. Join me as I'm growing the politics of being black. If you want to see anything I'm involved with, I got 2 podcasts. You can get them right here at beacons.ai/politics of being black. If you someone that want to leave us a voicemail about anything I cover on the show, there's a link for you to leave me a voicemail. You can see my IMDb. Everything you need to get access to me is in this link. And now joining us, ladies and gentlemen, the youngest in charge, my sister, Monique Nicole. What's going on, sis?
Damn, 2 nights in a row. What's going on? What's
Hey,
good? We back.
well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad she's here because I'm gonna just say this: women that are
Oh
watching
Lord,
this show,
what I do?
if you want something sweet tonight, you better lick your finger, touch your private part, and lick it again because ain't nothing on this show going to be sweet. I can
Oh,
just tell you that right
that was
now.
good. Now,
N-
I didn't know where you was going, but you
yeah,
always landed. You always landed. I will say that.
yeah. I think Monique Nicole been around the family, y'all, for almost seemed like damn 10 years, going on like 6 or something like that. So she know the jokes, she know the repertoire,
Yes.
and I've been trying to just kind of get her up to speed on what's been going on in politics and how crazy it is so that we can help her level of stress because I know a lot of y'all are stressing when we're dealing with the maniac in chief called Trump. But Monique, we do something on my show now
Okay.
before we get into the deep stuff called, are you ready?
Uh-oh.
It's called We've Had It. Here's my intro. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my homage to the good women at the I've Had It podcast, except for I call mine We've Had It. So, Monique Nicole, you get to air out any grievance, petty grievance you have about anything going on in life. It doesn't have to be political. It can be if you want it to be, but let us know what have you had it with, Monique Nicole, that's going on right now.
Okay, I love this segment. So this is a trending topic, and I will be diving into it on my YouTube channel this week.
Mm-hmm.
But it is about Love Island. Now
Oh,
I'm gonna make it quick though. I'm late to the party. I haven't watched it for the last 6 years. I did watch last season. Last season was excellent. This season is by far the worst season ever. There's a lot of controversy happening with the season. We're dealing with a lot of racism. A lot of the Black girls on the show got a terrible edit. We're dealing
what?
with a toxic fan base. There's someone on the show. I will not say her name. she has a gang of supporters similar to Trump, who are just egregious. They are being very racist. We've had big publications, BuzzFeed, Time Magazine, have issued either posts or articles about this season and have painted the Black women in a very negative light. Um, and I do want to dive, I will be diving deep in that, and just how it is difficult for Black women in certain spaces that we have to like always kind of be on, and we can never really let our guard down. And even when we present ourselves as reasonable, rational, level-headed, it's almost like we still have to suppress our real feelings. It's just the discourse that's happening with Love Island this season is really disgusting. And then it just gets dangerous when we're talking about like big publications who are feeding into that. And we have a very toxic fan base. So yeah, I will be talking about that. That I'm pissed about. Shout out to Shelly and Olandria. They were just on Keke Palmer's podcast today. The numbers are insane. Keke Palmer did a great job interviewing them. Yeah, I have
Wow.
my chest. Shout out to Black women. That's all I gotta say.
So she's had it with Love Island and they're just utter disrespect of the Black woman. And
Hmm.
I will go even deeper into that. Here's my rebuttal to what you said. You've always known this about me, that I believe that the strongest
Hmm.
individual human to ever exist on planet Earth is the Black American woman and what she's had to endure from slavery in this country till still now. And
Hmm.
one reason why Black women continue to be put in this box and continue to be treated this way is because white men fear y'all more than anything else on planet Earth. Because number one, they want to fuck y'all. Number two, they know that you are so resilient because of everything you've had to deal with. You've had to deal with them. You've had to deal with their wives. You had to raise their children and feed them little bastards. Then you had to deal sometimes with your own Black husband who would beat you and treat you the way he see Massa
Hmm.
treating his woman. Then Black women had to basically raise families
Yeah.
absent of a dad and still have made it through all that. Y'all are extremely resilient. And that scares white men. And so they continue to perpetuate this thing. And now they're dividing some Black dudes from you women because they
Mhm.
are so afraid of you women taking over. So I'm with you on that. Love Island, take your ass somewhere and do better,
Do
please.
better. Production team of Love Island, y'all should be ashamed. And I will say everything you said is correct, but I will challenge you. And I do think that if you ask a lot of Black women, and I'll keep it to just corporate America and working environments, our biggest enemies will be white women versus white men. I mean, they're neck and neck, but
Mhm.
it was something that went viral on TikTok. I'll show it to you. If you ask majority Black women, our biggest enemies in the work environment are white women. But that's
But
another.
who augments their behavior to be that distasteful toward white women? I mean, Black women. The white guy. White guy.
Yes, but the reason why no is because there's a thing. This is still a patriarchal society, and
Hmm.
when we look at it in the workforce, let's be very real. Black women do not really pose a threat to white men on the bigger scale. Now,
Hmm.
if Black men and white men, that might be a little different, but in the workforce, in working America, in corporate America, in my humble opinion, white men do not see Black women as a whole as a threat. It's the white women who are like, wait a minute now, because it's still a patriarchal society. White women know they're above us, but we're still, one thing we have in common, we're still women. And they have to make sure that they gonna be above us. That's another conversation for another day. But yes,
Okay,
producers
I get it.
of Love Island, BuzzFeed, y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
You guys let us know what you think. Are you ready for my I've had it is actually a topic that we're going to discuss today. You want to know what I've had it with?
Mm.
I've had it with the ignorance, the stupidity, and the hatred of not only Trump, but MAGA. I've had it.
Mm-hmm.
And I always will tell people if I could change one of the two, Trump or all the millions of people he influences, I would change the millions of people he influenced. I hold them in more account than I do him, because me and you have to migrate around these fuckers every single day. And so because their brain is so malleable, and all you got to do to get them engaged is talk about hate. And they always swear that Democrats are the party of division. They always swear that Democrats are the party of identity politics when we're not. Trump has went to a new low this week. Two things have happened. And let me tell you how he set it up. First thing he set up was a deep fake of Obama. And I did a video about this yesterday when I said Trump is up to something. So take a look at this first, Monique, Nicole.
Okay.
To feel down, I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy, young man. There's a place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your dough, you can stay there, and I'm sure you will find many ways to.
You see that? Donald Trump released that on his live social. But you know what was so sinister about that, Monique, Nicole? Look at the way Donald Trump is smiling at Obama in this deep fake. That's just the beginning, Monique. Now you see why I told women to lick their fingers, lick their privates, and then get that sweetness, because that's all the sweet you're going to get. There's more. There's more. So that was just the beginning of Trailer Park Trash, Pennsylvania Avenue. I knew that there was going to be more to it than just that. So guess what else came out today, Monique, Nicole?
Oh, no.
Today, Trump comes out and says that Obama caused treason and he's got evidence. Take a look at this.
Donald Trump stooping to an ugly new low, even for him. He's making a claim that will be heard the world over, reviving an old and familiar and rather tired tactic of accusing a perceived political enemy of treason. Only this time, the subject was his first-term predecessor, former President Barack Obama.
The leader of the gang was President Obama. He's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election.
He made that baseless, unsubstantiated, rather ludicrous accusation today in the Oval Office. It follows baseless, unsubstantiated claims from his director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard said that President Obama's officials engaged in a, quote, seditious conspiracy and hid evidence that Russia did not interfere in the 2016 election. Donald Trump's claims today, an accusation of a crime that is punishable by death, so outrageous that they drew this rare rebuke from President Barack Obama's office. It reads, quote, out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. Nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. These findings were affirmed in a 2020 report by the bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee, led by then Chairman Marco Rubio. The very same Marco Rubio, little Marco to Donald, who currently serves as Trump's Secretary of State and National Security Advisor. His report concluded that Russia conducted an influence campaign in 2016 to do this, quote, harm the Clinton campaign, tarnish an expected Clinton presidential administration, help the Trump campaign after Trump became the presumptive Republican nominee, and undermine the U.S. democratic process.
Monique. Have you ever, when you was a child, and because you're so young, that was probably no more than about 10 years ago, did you ever cut into a pumpkin and see what was inside the pumpkin?
Yeah.
Well, that's what's inside Donald Trump's head. There's a reason why he looks like an orange pumpkin. I'm still telling Obama at that function you went to where Michelle didn't show up because she knew what time it was and you were sitting there kikiing with Trump, I knew it would come back to bite you in the ass. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, all this stuff is fake. It is a deflection from Trump because he wants people off his ass for the Epstein files. And that Epstein's files is getting hot and heavy to the point where his own base is starting to turn on him. And so, Monique, before I give the floor to you, let me show you the response that Black America sent in regards to Trump and these silly, petty, stupid allegations that just continue to show, Monique, that he wants to be Obama so bad, he probably would bleach his skin black if he could get away with it. This is what social media had to say.
Y'all, Obama really committed treason. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I hate to be the one to come out here on these airwaves and hold myself to the highest standard, not only holding the opposition accountable, but I gotta hold the people that I love accountable too. The Trump administration just came out and said that they have definitive proof that Obama during his terms as president of the United States fucking committed treason. And they just dropped that fucking proof. Here's the definitive proof that the Obama administration committed treason. Bitch, you fucking thought? You thought we were gonna throw our forever president under the motherfucking bus? Yo, orange, ugly, fat mother... orangutan titties, mother... Pillsbury dope boy... fucking laundry bag built... Bitch, release the motherfucking file, bitch! Never gonna give them files up.
Okay. Now I said it wasn't going to be nothing funny, but I hid that because I knew it
that was
funny,
the highlight of my. That was the best thing I've seen all day. So I actually thank you for that. That is the best piece of content I have consumed all day.
So what do you think about all this foolishness, Monique?
I don't have much to say because that guy just said it perfectly. Donald Duck has had a hard on for Obama for 15 years now. 15 fucking years. He's had a hard on for Obama. At what point, and I don't know because Trump is just a psychopath. I don't get what the hard on is. Oh, and you guys, this is why a lot of people are frustrated with the Democratic Party. And this is why people were frustrated with Obama for being at that was the inauguration. I am sick of the Democratic Party acting like they have to be the good guy all the time.
Thank you.
We are no longer, listen, the respectable politics that we used to have in this country, as messed up as this country has been, we know that there used to be some level of respect, some level of decency. That is now gone. So I'm not saying we have to go to hell with them, but at what point does the powers that be say enough is enough? Like I said, Trump has had a hard on for Obama for 15 years. Obama has played nice with Trump for 15 years. I mean, I feel like the only time Obama kind of gave it to Trump was when Trump used to attend his the White House correspondence dinners. I mean, there were a couple years where he did give it to him, and I really loved that. But this is egregious. Trump is such an easy read. Like, if this was a reality TV show, we just would read him for filth. This is deflection 101. And it's not fooling anybody, my love. You need to get Olivia Pope and Associates. Shout out to Scandal. Shout out to Shonda Rhimes, because Stevie Wonder could see that this is deflection. Why the fuck are you bringing up Obama? Obama has not been president in almost a decade. Why are you mentioning his name? Why? I would have rather you talked about Biden. Why are you mentioning Obama's name in 2025?
Because Monique, Nicole, of all living presidents, everybody's favorite for the most part is Obama. More white women love Obama than they love Trump, and Trump can't stand that. He can't stand it. And the most highly regarded living president right now is Obama. Much to the contrary of what people want to say, the
It's true.
Obamas remain extremely
Yeah.
popular to this
Yeah.
day. And Trump hates that. Plus, he knows that if he can start some kind of attack on Obama, it can get the MAGA base back in line off these Epstein files because their hate for black people completely outweighs their hate for
Yes.
pedophiles.
Yes.
Completely. Like, make no mistake, you motherfuckers knew good and damn well when Trump got reelected, you triple Trumpers that voted for him, y'all ain't give a damn about no pedophiles. Y'all ain't give a damn about women's rights. This is the same man that said grab him by the pussy, and he meant it. This
And
is
he
the
meant it.
same man that had an insurrection on the Capitol. Then he pardoned like 1,600 of them mofos, and some of y'all still cool with it and making arguments that it compares to the riots during George Floyd. And the one biggest comparison is when you go through criminal acts, and most of those George Floyd's was pretty much peaceful. But if you want to go there, fine, we'll go there. Nothing that happened in the George Floyd acts compared to the legal weight of attacking the fucking Capitol.
Thank you.
And I've had to separate friends
Yep.
that I liked because they still, even after Trump done that, they still want to rock with this man, mainly because it helps their pocketbook. But that bothers me even more because you're willing to give up your morality and you're willing to dance with the devil for tax breaks
Tax
to
break.
supersede all these other policies that harm people. So I had to cut loose some friends.
I
Fuck it.
agree with you. I would rather you just be fucking racist. Because at
I mean,
least
well, they are.
no, but I'm saying I would rather you, and I get it, they probably are innately, but it's like the fact that anybody who says, well, I voted for him because I agree with his policy and his tax break, I think you're just despicable. But before we move on, I have to address the egregious video. Now, I saw it briefly on social media. Some days, you guys, I have to tune stuff out. So I kind of saw it and I just at a glance and I scroll past it. I need to get confirmation from you. Are you telling me that Donald Duck reposted that on his social media platform? He
The
reposted it?
the one with Obama in jail?
Yes.
No, they created it.
Okay, yeah.
No.
So someone no, he didn't repost it. I know someone created it. That's what I was like told, or that's what I saw.
Right.
Okay.
No,
Because
no.
if he reposted it, that would have been a totally different conversation.
I mean, it still would have been horrible, but it makes it even more egregious that you created this on your own volition and then you upload it for everybody to see.
Oh yeah, whoever the piece of crap person is that made this needs to come forward. I wish there was a way for us to find out. But I'm going to challenge everybody. Donald Duck, as a president, he has an obligation, right, to respectfully come out and say, "Hey guys, me and my team caught wind of this egregious video. Under no circumstances do I condone." That is what a true president would do. Once this surfaced and this came across his desk, that is what a respectable president would do. Donald Duck probably saw it himself and laughed at it. To be honest,
Of
so
course he did.
I'm
Well,
just going to
no,
say that he didn't
it
repost
was
it. He's condoning it though. By not,
no,
but
no, no, no,
yeah.
Monique. Somebody, one of Donald Trump's aide, created this at the behest of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump told them to go ahead and post it on Truth Social. You didn't know that? This was created by Donald Trump and his aide. This was not a fucking repost. Donald Trump and his aides created this bull jive and posted on his Truth Social.
How do we know that someone from his camp did that?
Because it came from his, he has an official Truth
Yes.
Social that's
Yes.
marked by his. That was
Yes.
the originator of this video. Your president, President White
He ain't
Trash.
my goddamn president. Okay, that changes the whole. That changes. I mean, that makes it 100,000 times worse. So it's
Yeah,
basically he basically co-signed it. Then
he
he's
co-signed
in
it.
hell. He's in the pits of hell. He co-signed an egregious, violent act like that, showing President Obama being arrested for no reason while he laughs sinister like the devil that he is. I mean, that's just what he thinks of. I mean, he's like I said, y'all, he's had a hard on for Obama for 15 years. Let's not forget during Obama's presidency, Trump demanded that Obama show his birth certificate, and I've never forgotten that. That man has been obsessed with Obama for 15 years. That's why I don't like that Obama went to that mother trucker's inauguration. Now, I know Kamala went, and maybe Obama was like, well, shit, I gotta go. Michelle not going. They already gonna make a fuss about it, child. Let me just go on and go. And I get it. We done stressed Obama out for so many years. He's just like, fuck it. If I gotta grin and bear it and play nice for an hour or two, I will. But I just Trump does not deserve any grace, any favor, any nothing. Like, if Trump ever has an event, none of them need to attend. Like, none of the presidents. I don't want to see. I want them to boycott and not fucking go. Don't fucking go.
Shout out to everybody who turned in. Shout out to this brother right here, Monique, Percy Bedford.
Percy, my new friend.
He's the one that got in my DMs and said, Lamont, you need to keep doing politics. And I was like, dude, I'm about to stop. Nobody on my channel is watching it. I ain't even going to do it. This man said to me, Lamont, no matter what people say, no matter how much people try to tell you they don't want to hear politics, they don't want to know nothing. If they want to be ignorant of politics, politics will do them.
Correct.
So and then I just decided to just take this from my old channel, make it a new channel, and I should have done this a long time ago because I've never grown. There's never been a period in my YouTube career where I've gotten 5,000 subscribers in 3 weeks. Maybe in a month, but not in 3 weeks. And so
from your content on politics.
Yeah, from my content on politics,
Yeah.
I'm getting close to 6,000 subscribers in 4 weeks already.
Listen. Let me just make this clear, y'all. I am not a politic guru. I am someone who simply just tries to stay in the know, and I lean on people like Lamont. When I read the headlines, I'm the one that will DM and be like, "Hey, what do you think about this? What does this mean?" So I'm a person in the know. I'm in the know somewhat on a semi-surface level, but I have the heart and passion because I care. And I think in 2025, the current state of this country, the way things are headed, we do not have the privilege to turn a blind eye to politics. We do not have the privilege to do such a thing. I'm not saying you got to be the politician guru, but you damn sure better have an outlet and someone you can trust to deliver the headlines and give it to you in a way that you can easily digest. And that is what Lamont does. So I'm never going to tell you, brother, to stop doing politics. You know what I mean? Now, do I think you can incorporate a little more of your other content? Yes. I think life is all about balance, but we need you. I need you. We need you. Again, if y'all think that you can turn a blind eye to politics right now, you are living in rose-colored glasses. You are living in a bubble and you're being very privileged. Y'all need to wake the fuck up because the things that are happening right now are literally affecting people as we speak and are gonna affect us for the next few years if we're not like careful. I mean, yeah. Shit's going on, you guys. And when it starts to knock on your front door, don't come crying now about what you want to be in the know about politics. We were trying to tell you the same way we were trying to tell y'all asses last year about Project 2025, and people was ignoring it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all might want to listen to what Lamont is doing because he's doing the Lord's work.
Well, I'm just trying to break it down so you can. I'm just trying to make it understandable and fact check.
Yes,
That's
you
we
too.
need critical thinking and fact checking because one of the reasons why you see so many politicians turning themselves into Republicans, Tulsi Gabbard, J.D. Vance, um, others that
Yeah.
go from Democrat to Republican because it's easier to manipulate the mind of Republicans. All they got to do is talk about in the name of Jesus, and men should be the head of the household. And I hate brown and black people and gays. And they can manipulate their people to say whatever they want. But anyway, I get off
Easily.
course.
Yeah.
Let me go to the next subject. I want to make sure I get in a subject of Monique Nicole's. We ain't gonna be able to get everything,
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
Monique Nicole wanted to know a little bit more about this bill, the big ugly bill that was recently passed. And literally, ladies and gentlemen, for the most part, this big ugly bill is just another wealth transfer, a continuation of allowing the rich and billionaires to be socialized by the federal government. So the government is taking their risk, and all the capital gains, they get them, we get nothing. When it should be the federal government is socializing the risk of middle
Mhm.
class and the poor so that they can get the capital gains because the rich is already good. But no, you fuckers wanted to vote Trump in. So let me play a clip and then I'll break it down for folks to understand a little bit more in depth what's in it.
Breaking news, Donald Trump's big ugly bill has passed Congress and will be signed into law by Trump any moment now. This bill is being described as the worst piece of legislation that has ever passed through the American Congress and the most expensive bill that has ever been signed into law. This bill is estimated to cost $4 trillion, so everybody that supports Trump because you were sold the lie he'd be good for the debt, guess what? You're wrong. And this bill is also expected to cut healthcare benefits for millions of Americans, food stamps or SNAP benefits for millions of Americans, and student aid for millions of college students. Not to mention, it rolls back a lot of the clean energy subsidies passed by the Biden-Harris administration, which is expected to increase the price of your energy by around $400 per year per household. And according to estimates from the University of Pennsylvania, if you make around or under $51,000 per year, which is roughly the average American, you'll be paying more in taxes. This bill is going to have devastating effects on America. In fact, it may be what finally pushes us over the edge and ensures that the next generation will have a lower quality of life than the generation before them. It's an awfully sad day for America, but that's all for now. I'll keep you guys posted.
Monique, I'm going to put a graphic up in a second, but let me just kind of talk to you about what I know about this bill.
And can I just say that
Yeah,
that content creator, I forget his name, I'll find it in a second. He's amazing. That young white man, I mean, when we say one of the good ones, I mean, I love his content. He's accurate, he's up to date, he's consistent, and like you, he gives it to us in a very digestible manner. And I really do appreciate. I'm just so thankful I found his page, and I'm going to put it in the chat if you guys are interested. But I have to give him a shout out because he's amazing. Go ahead.
He's a cool cat. One thing about this, there was one provision that I read that I did like in this bill. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A lot of the stuff that benefits businesses, I'm in that category, but I don't give a damn about that. I'm still kind of middle classy, trying to jump to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that's in this bill for families who don't make a certain amount of money is they're going to give you $1,000 per every child you have to put in the savings account that the child can't touch or you can't touch until they're 18. Now, of course, that people hear that and they think it's good, and it is good to a degree.
Right.
Because on one hand, you are helping the child, but who do you think is going to manage that money? They are allowing their banker buddies to manage that money. And as that money grows over time, which is good for the child, there's fees associated with it. The banking industry gets those fees. Now that's, I guess you got to take the good with the bad with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else in this bill is just a transfer of wealth. So let me put this up here. This is a summarization of what's going on, and then I'll read to you all some of the harmful things that are in here. Yep. The extension of 421A affordable housing tax break. What is it? It's a tax break for developers to build so-called affordable housing. Why is it harmful? It often subsidizes luxury apartments with only a small portion designated as affordable, which still isn't truly affordable for the working class, especially in New York. Who benefits? Real estate developers and billionaires. Who pays taxes? The city loses billions in revenue that could go to schools, public housing, and infrastructure. Breaking down the middle class and poor, right there. Here's another one: cuts and stalling of tenant protections. What's missing? Good cause eviction was left out. Why is it matters? Landlords can still raise rents sharply or evict without needing to show a good reason, fueling homelessness and displacement. Impact keeps renters vulnerable and at the mercy of gentrification pressures. Y'all still love the taste of that. What was the name of that thing? Book 226 or whatever the hell they call it. Y'all like the taste of that? Corporate tax gifts. What does? Includes carve out and incentives for large corporations and hedge funds, including data centers and crypto operations, which is a whole nother thing. I'll do that another day. Why is it harmful? These operations often don't pay full taxes in the first place, consume massive amounts of electricity, and provide few jobs, all while receiving public subsidies. Remember, Nicole, I just said the rich love to socialize the money and then tell middle class and poor not to be a socialist. That's another example. Here's another one: no expansion of healthcare, left out of the bill. The New York Health Act or any major push for universal coverage. Impact: the uninsured remain uninsured. New uninsured are going to go on the roads. The poor still face medical debt. Okay. Gig worker protections excluded. What didn't make it in this bill? Laws that would give app-based gig workers, Uber, DoorDash, etc., basic labor protections. The result? Workers continue with no minimum wage guarantees, benefits, or safety net. Okay? So that's some of it. Here's the weird that's in this thing. Because when they pass these bills in the night, they always put weird shit in there. They call it pork barrel spending, is what they call it.
Yeah.
Islamophobia fueling provisions. Reported content. Some have criticized language or funding choices that allow for surveillance heavy policing in Muslim majority neighborhoods. That's one crazy thing. Oddly bundled issues, unrelated bills, environmental roadblocks, liquor law tweaks, and education mandates are jammed into the same package, making it harder for lawmakers to vote their conscience. Okay. Last but not least, and this is not everything, this is just a general summarization of what you guys can expect because you wanted Project Fuck Me 2025 so badly. Redistricting power grab. Now, Nicole, this is commonly known as gerrymandering voting districts. What's in it? There are loopholes that empower the legislatures of each state to redraw maps in ways that benefit incumbents or limit progressive gains. Why is it shady, Monique? It undermines fair representation and could dilute the power of Black, Latina, and working class communities against the government put in place, especially in red territory. Oh boy, Monique, Nicole, I threw a lot at you. Respond to anything you want to respond to and all that minutia.
So that was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just speak on when I heard about the big ugly bill and all the things. I mean, you did a great breakdown. The gentleman before did a great breakdown. Me being in healthcare, my
Mm-hmm.
mind went to healthcare first. I mean, I'm in media too, but healthcare is my first love. That's my career as well as media.
Don't forget that was my first love, my first career,
I
my
know.
first
Yeah,
business,
yeah.
and the
I mean,
state of North Carolina took the shit from it. I ain't never gonna forgive you
yes.
for that.
I'm still in healthcare, y'all. Healthcare pays the bills. While I'm trying to get my media career off the ground, healthcare and my degree in healthcare is paying the bills. But nonetheless, my mind went there. My mind went there, right? So I think when what first happened is people heard Medicare, and I feel like they just thought, "Ooh, okay, well, I don't got Medicare, so I'm good." Wrong. If you guys, and it's not to embarrass anybody, if you thought that, okay, I'm here to let you guys know everyone's going to be affected. It doesn't matter if you're with the big companies, if you have the Blue Cross Blue Shield, the Humana, Aetna, I don't care who it is. Everyone is going to be affected. Please know the premiums are going to go up. The cost of your healthcare insurance is going to go up. Y'all already know the shit's expensive. I mean, the plans that I be seeing, I would be cringing at the individual plan. I'm just a single black female trying to make it on these streets. Imagine if you got brother, you had to pay for yourself, your spouse, and your children, baby. That for some people, that's thousands of dollars a month. So expect that to go up. Also, with it affecting Medicare, please know hospitals. We're going to see hospitals closing. Hospitals will have to shut down. Hospitals and different practices, medical practices will lose funding. It will become a real a tragedy to a lot of people, because a lot of people do depend on Medicare. And then I'm even someone who depends on the marketplace. Shout out to Obama, formerly known as Obamacare. They gonna tear that up too. So the good little price that I'm paying for my little health insurance, thanks to Obamacare, baby, they about to hike that up too. So I need y'all to understand it's going to affect. I mean, there was a breakdown of how many millions of people in each state it's gonna affect. So of course I'm biased. I'm in healthcare. That was the first thing that really that jumped out to me, Lamont. I'm gonna be honest.
Mhm.
You know,
And what makes this so sad, Monique, the red states are the ones who are going to get hurt the
yeah,
most, and they don't even know that they getting the banana in the tailpipe. They don't even know it. They don't even know it. Like,
crazy.
and something that Republicans have always been trying to do is force some form of consumption tax on the American people to basically subsidize the rich again. So basically, what is a consumption tax? A tariff. That's a
Hmm.
consumption tax. And one of the ways Trump is trying to pay off his big ugly bill, which they should have said no to because it put 3, 4, 5 trillion dollars on the debt. They raised the debt ceiling, and you always hear them running their fucking mouth that the Democrats want to just tax and spend. Well, yeah, they want to tax and spend to help the middle class and poor. What Republicans want to do is tax and cut for the rich. You see that? Did you see that
Yeah,
distinction? That's
I
the
see.
difference. And with them trying to put tariffs on everything, Walmart and all these other retailers, Amazon, are having to go up on prices, which means you, me, the American people who use these services are the ones having to cover this bill while the rich make out like fat cats as if they need another fucking rocket ship, as if they need another tax break for their yachts. By the way, I didn't even talk about all the forms of depreciation, which is like a businessy term, meaning that, for example, Monique, Nicole, did you know when I bought my Tesla because I own a LLC, I got to write off the whole cost of the $72,000 over 2 years, take it right off my taxes. That's a form of depreciation that
Yeah.
they added to this bill that helps the rich. And y'all post your comments, let me know what you think. I can go into this even more in depth later, but for the sake of time, I got two issues I got to show Monique
Okay.
before we get out of here.
Is
Please be sure to subscribe to this channel, Politics of Being Black. If you're watching this on my main channel and you like what I'm doing, please come over here and subscribe. But you can get to me all kinds of ways via beacons.ai/politics of being black. This will be up on the podcast tomorrow. I've got 2 podcasts, I've got 2 TikToks, I've got 2 Instagrams, 1 Twitter, and I might get rid of that bitch. And I've got a place where you can leave me a
oh yeah.
voicemail, where you can leave me a voicemail and let me know your
Yeah.
thoughts.
He said I might get rid of that bitch.
I might get rid of it. Okay, here, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hang in here, this is going to be another teaching moment.
Okay.
We all remember what went on during the George Floyd protest when we finally felt like we was turning the corner of police brutality. And we felt like people had been made aware of all the things we had been saying for years about how we get treated. Now, if you're from the country like me, you already know that basically what the KKK did was start becoming fucking police officers so that they could harass minorities. I'm from Aden, North Carolina. I done seen the shit. I done told y'all the story how my grandma had to throw me in the trunk, lock it, close the closet door, and she got her gun Susie when the KKK was circling her country yard. I already done told y'all about that. And then we come to find out 2 of them MFs is on the police force. But that's what they have been doing to incite fear and brutalize minorities. Well, here's another one that Ben Crump done had to jump on. And you always hear white people say, well, just don't resist arrest. It's deeper than that. Take a look at this.
When he
pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right?
Okay.
And then I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
okay.
There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir?
Step out.
What is your reason?
Step out now. All right. Get on the ground.
Don't.
Get on the ground.
Stop fighting.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm resisting.
Hands behind your back.
So that was my first time seeing the full video. Like I said, I scrolled past it before it escalated. So y'all saw my reaction. I'm trying to process what I just watched. I just
Let me help you out here. Folks, understand the law. Pretty much across every state in the United States, you can ask for a supervisor. You have the right to do that. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to not say a word. You don't got to say nothing. If they ask you to get out of the car, you are supposed to get out of the car. However, where the lines get crossed in this situation, if there's no imminent threat, breaking his window and punching him in the face is excessive. That's excessive behavior. That's cruel and unusual punishment. First of all, the other officer on the passenger side was looking in the car, saw the boy hands.
Yeah.
Then he tells the other guy, just go ahead and break his window. Okay, you broke his window. Why'd you punch him in the face? That's going to cost that ass.
Yeah.
That is going to cost that ass. Then when you pull him out of the car, you punching him in the face again.
Yep.
See,
y'all attacked him.
See, that's that bull job, because white people will tell you, just get out of the car. Just get the fuck out of the car. Have y'all forgotten how many times we've gotten out the car and when we don't make it home? You forgot about that? Now, granted, the law says you are supposed to get out the car, so he should have got out the car. But the law also says you're not supposed to use excessive force if you're not in imminent danger. So Ben Crump is on this. He's going to handle that, and I hope he fleeced them and them too, especially the one that punched him in the jaw, punk asses. Hope they go to jail. Hope they spend some fines. Hope they get fired. Because oftentimes, Monique, Nicole, you get these dim wits who can't make it nowhere else. They can't graduate college, go get these jobs just so that they can feel like they're fucking special and have an excuse to try to get in a confrontation with people. That was a situation where you could have de-escalated the situation
easily.
by just you could have broke the window. You didn't have to punch.
Let me pause you there, because I'm gonna be honest. What I saw was an ego trip. When that intelligent black man said, "Ask for the supervisor," that white officer said, "How fucking dare you?" That is because if you guys go back and watch the video, as soon as that young black man said, "Can I speak to your supervisor? Can you call your supervisor?" What did the white guy say? Okay, go do it.
Go ahead.
He signaled to his piece of shit, punk ass, racist partner and said, "Go ahead and do it." They already knew. It was a retaliation. How dare you be an educated black man and know the law and challenge me and ask me? I mean, there was no attempt to de-escalate that.
None.
When the black man said supervisor, the officer should have said, "Get out the car now." It could have been. He could have reiterated that. It should have been reiterated 50 times before it even got to a breaking of the glass. Then God bless the man in the video, because breaking of the glass, that was already intense. The glass shattered. He did not move. He did not flinch. His seatbelt was still on. You guys do not even attempt to take off.
He showed him his hands.
Showed his hands up like this, and when you got out the car, y'all proceeded to beat him up and punch him in the face.
In the face, as Eddie Murphy would say.
In the face. So beyond violation, and what makes me want to cry. I mean, I want to cry for 100 different reasons. It's also, and I'm not saying this is his case. I'm not, please, guys, I'm not. But I'm also thinking about the police and like, what if this person had mental health issues? What if he was autistic? What if he was anything? And it's just like, you guys just reacted. You guys just reacted in such an extreme and violent way. But if it was a white kid asking those same questions, I can bet my bottom dollar it would have never escalated. That officer was offended that this black man knew the law and knew what questions to ask. He was fucking offended. And
Well,
what
no,
that's what
you don't have to imagine that. We've already seen when they arrested Kyle Rittenhouse when he was shooting people up with a machine gun. They took his ass to fucking McDonald's.
Oh, we
They
know
said, "Come on,"
that.
while he was holding the gun. They took him to
I
McDonald's,
mean,
gave him a
so
Happy Meal. I mean,
the
like,
white
come on,
kid
man.
that shot up the people in Charleston church 10 years ago, they took that motherfucker to Burger King after he killed 9 people in a church.
Yeah,
So
like, come
it's
on,
not
man.
about imagining. It's just more so like, we know if it was a white kid. If it was Johnny, that wouldn't have happened. And my heart breaks, but I'm so glad that this young man knew to record. And it just shows you how fucking bold they are. They knew they were being recorded, and they still, it's like they cannot fathom the thought of like someone having more knowledge and power than them. It's a real power. It's racism, but it's also a power trip. It's, how dare you? You're a N-word. How dare you challenge me? So shout out to this brave black man, because I think what he did was brave, right? Him recording it was brave, and him challenging them on the law was brave.
Now, I will say this.
I don't know if I would have had the same courage to do that. So
Right.
I'm going to commend him for doing that, because I think that is a very scary situation.
Normally,
so scary.
how do I word this properly? Monique, Nicole, I want to say to other cops, because there are, ladies and gentlemen, legitimately good cops. There are people that want to say F all the police. No, we can't say that, because I know several great cops that would not have behaved in this manner.
Me too.
But these MFers, Monique, Nicole, they don't like you when you pick on them and call them fucking Neanderthals. But what kind of behavior was that? You know, it takes a smart man to use his power judiciously. It takes a Neanderthal to beat his chest and break a window and punch somebody in the face. So if you don't want to be called Neanderthals, stop acting like one. And we'll move on, because this next one might make you mad too, Monique. I don't know if it's going to make you madder than this, but it's going to make you mad.
Oh, brother.
How can I say this, ladies and gentlemen? We've already seen this year where racism pays. Well, guess what? It's paying again. There's this guy who leans left named Mendy Hassan, and he went to the debate desk against a room full of MAGA, white nationalists, fascists, racists, to debate them. And I always say, for some of us, it's either easy to debate them or it can be puzzling because, for one, they don't live in a life of reality. They're in a delusion. And oftentimes when I debate them, I sucker them into coming to a truth in their delusion. Then I corner them. He kind of does that. But there's one person in particular we're going to focus on, Monique. Let's take a look at this video, and then I'm going to let you know who we got to talk about afterwards. Or you might be able to guess it. Take a look.
I'm in a room full of, I don't know what to call you anymore. Conservatives, Republicans, fascists, I don't know. Are your parents Americans or immigrants?
No, my parents are United States citizens.
But they're immigrants, you said.
No, they came here as immigrants. However, but
So they
I want
are
to make the
immigrants.
claim that we cannot
I came here as an immigrant. I'm an immigrant.
But at this point, when they came, the United
People aren't
States
happy with the way
economy.
this is going. First, Fourth, Fifth, 14th, 22nd Amendments. Those are my amendments that I came with today. If you don't want to debate them, just say so.
Are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill
You
people.
just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I said that one pardon against somebody.
It was 1,600 pardons. 600 of those were people
one
charged
one
with...
example that you just gave me.
I can give you more. Just should I keep going?
Fine.
Shane
And I'll say the
Jenkins.
exact same thing every single
Then
time.
your argument will fall apart. When was the Islamic Republic of Iran founded?
1979.
When was Gaza occupied by Israel?
19... Well, the very
67.
first time. 67, yes.
So, can we do the maths together? 12 years before the Islamic Republic of Iran existed, Israel was oppressing, occupying, dispossessing the people of Gaza. So your argument makes no sense. Neither of us are economists. It's the economist studies.
Don't assume who I am.
Are you an economist?
I could be.
But are you?
I could be.
Are you?
I'm not going to tell you.
Are you?
I'm going to major in economics, right?
Are you an economist?
No, not right now.
Okay, so when I said neither is economist, I was correct. Just everyone here uses an iPhone designed by an immigrant, is on Gmail
Fair point.
designed by an immigrant, is is on a YouTube show.
But
you
this
guys
is
all came to a YouTube show founded by an immigrant. You wouldn't
Fair
be
point.
here.
But that's
if it
a
wasn't for
tiny
an immigrant.
minority,
So
though.
you all love immigrants, whether you like it or not. We're not going to reach a common ground because you said I'm not American.
Please try.
I don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're
I
not.
don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're not
I think you're
American due to
American.
values.
I don't think you're not American on values either. I think you're a little fascisty, a little racisty. I'm an American citizen. I went through lots of vetting. I took my test.
And that's how
The guy
it
over there
should be.
wants us to leave.
But
he wants us to leave.
when people
So people don't really care about vetting, do they?
But
it's not really about vetting, is it, my
but
friend?
people should not have
You're
the
in denial.
right.
You got rid of an American citizen from the country without process.
So the
That's the
child-
Fifth Amendment violation.
Since I'm not up to date on that specific
I can give you
case,
more.
I'm sure you can. So
Well, you weren't aware that American citizens are being deported. It's a pretty big story.
Yeah, the
Maybe if
child
you
that
read the
probably
fake
went
news,
through
you might know.
I don't
Is
think
this,
I'm
is this
doing
how
as
you
bad-
get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing.
I-
amazing. That
Well,
must
wait
make you
till
feel
this
good.
comes out.
We should be nicer to you, otherwise you'll deport us. What a great argument. This is the free speech debate camp. It's not your country, my friend. It's our country, whether you like it or not.
Oh, Lord. Monique, Nicole, you see what it's like trying to argue with these buffoons? And what makes it so frustrating with them, they literally think they're smart. They go listen to these Fox News echo chambers and they try to pick and choose the things that they try to educate themselves on and don't realize that they are dumbing themselves down. Especially dude that came up in there looking like a pilgrim. And he's up there trying to... a pilgrim. He's up there trying to talk about Gaza Strip, and me and my homie have already covered this about how the land was already occupied by Palestine in the beginning, and then Israel started coming in from England because they sent the Zionists in there, and they started infiltrating the Strip from them. But they don't do their history on that because that would be critical race theory. You know, anything that supports the plight of somebody else having something that was taken away by white Europeans, that's critical race theory. But anyway, I digress. Monique, Nicole, which one of those buffoons you think is about to get paid for racism?
Oh my God. First of all, I love the guy who hosts that. I think I've seen a couple of his clips, but like I haven't seen that full thing of his stuff. But the chick that said the immigration, I mean, when you hear some of the comments that they say, it really shows you like
how stupid they are.
Dumb. And I am not a person who claims to know everything about, I definitely don't. But the fact that man asked her, are your parents immigrants? And she said, no, they are United States citizens. They came here as immigrants. He looked at her like she was fucking, I can't even say the word. I mean, they are immigrants. My mom is an immigrant. She came to US from Jamaica. She is an immigrant. Is she a US citizen? Yes. But she came here as an immigrant, and so did 90% of this I mean, and that is why the argument is so asinine. Like, immigrants actually helped build this country. Like, the foundation of this country. It doesn't even belong to you white supremacists. It doesn't belong to you guys. You guys stole it like y'all steal everything. And it's just, I can't even remember every single thing that was said in that clip. That clip was absolutely amazing. But I see things like that quite often, and it just shows me how stupid white supremacists are and how stupid Trump supporters are very stupid. Like, very dumb. You might find a 5% that has some educational background, and even if you have an educational background, that doesn't mean you're smart. There's a lot of people who have degrees and do not know the history of this country. So, but anyway,
So,
I mean, how can you be so obtuse? I just don't understand. But
well, we always have to remember. Not only did they steal the country from one group, they stole it from two groups. Because
yeah,
remember, they were sent here by the Queen, to escape and build a place for religious freedom. And then when they got here, they was like, "Oh, we like this place. We're not going to help the Queen. No, we're going to keep it." Then when the natives met them, they was like, "We'll help y'all," but then they lied to them, double crossed them, made the natives sick, and then said, "Well, we took your land. I took your house. Now I'm gonna give you a room in your house, okay?
your own
And you can do
house.
whatever you want to do in that room. Just don't come out." But the butt of this whole thing for me, Monique, Nicole, is this fool right here. He lost his job.
He lost his job. Good for him,
Well,
dumbass.
anybody first of all, some white people are like, he didn't need to lose his job because his political beliefs. If you're a racist, yes, you do, because that means you're going to be biased against someone else. He was a racist fascist, and he admitted it. His job did him a solid to fire him. But guess what, Monique?
What?
It pays to be a racist, because the minute he got fired, this fucker raised $31,000 by putting his story online. $31,000 for getting fired and being a racist, just like that white bitch did. 31. Only problem is she got $1 million, which is sickening.
Gosh.
He gets fired and in one weekend was able to raise $31,000. You only wanted 50, but he doubled it. How you like that? Racism pays.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes.
It speaks to the fact that we need to start deporting white people. That's what we need to start doing. We need to start deporting you racist, fascist, Nazi. That's what we need to do. But anyway, let me shout out my lone super chatter tonight, Michelle Wadler. I so appreciate you, because it means the world to me to get a super chat on my political content, because in all honesty, this is way more important than my fuckery on the movie and TV show reviews, which I will still be doing. As a matter of fact, I am going to be doing the Fantastic Four with T Streams in person in Detroit the end of this week. So y'all be on the lookout. Turn on your notifications. You'll see me in T Streams. And Michelle, I'm very grateful. You are my first super chatter of the new political channel. I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to save this so that people remember when this channel get to 1 million subscribers and I might be running for office and I done release 600-700 movies. I'm going to still have a copy of this picture to show to you. Monique, Nicole, what can the people look forward to on your channel as we get up out of here?
Yes, so y'all, last night I went live. Me and Lamont went live, actually. So that was pretty good. Of course, we did talk about the tragic passing of Malcolm Jamal Warner, and we also talked about Shannon Sharp paying that white bitch $50 million. It was a sad video at first. We also talk about some important stuff, life insurance, and we gonna have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Black people, we laugh to keep from crying. You know, it's good to cry, but it's good to laugh. And so it was a great video. Listen, when me and Lamont get together, baby, it's good times. So
Shut
that
the city down, baby. Shut the city down.
also, y'all, please go to my channel. If you guys are watching BMF, I did an exclusive interview last week with Mr. Terry Allen, aka Duffy from BMF. It was a great live panel interview. My first celebrity interview hosted on my channel, curated by me, booked by me. So that was a big deal for me, you guys. So please check that out if you're a BMF fan. Again, stay tuned. This week I'll be coming at y'all with Housewives of Atlanta and the bullshit happening with Love Island and the racist producers and the racist fandom that has come about from this season. So yeah, if y'all like the vibe, please subscribe. And yeah, thank you.
I appreciate y'all. I will be back this week. I'll keep dropping videos over the course of the week. And that is going to do it for us until that next Sex is Hell video. Here's my outro with my girl, Lady J, who keeps it real just as much as I do.
Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.